Today is Wednesday, June 28th. I'm Terrence Friday with your digital brief. Let's take a look at the top stories of the day. We begin with an update on the former Warren jail officer now fired for using excessive force. The victim now pressing charges. It was all captured on camera, but we do want to warn you that some of this footage is graphic to watch. The inmate turned victim, Jaquan John Smith, filing that civil suit against Officer Matthew James Rodriguez. 2 other unnamed officers are also listed, and the city of Warren. The suit claiming Smith's 14th Amendment rights were violated. He's suing for more than $50 million. New details in the case against Ethan Crumleys' parents, who face involuntary manslaughter charges. New court documents claim the couple knew about their son's poor mental health before that deadly shooting at Oxford High School. Our Terrell Bailey shows us the evidence.
Newly released documents filed with the Michigan Supreme Court dive into revelations of what both Jennifer and James Crumleys knew about their son prior to the 2021 shooting that killed 4. This comes as the parents appeal their case to the state's highest court. The Crumleys face 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. Prosecutors allege months before the shooting, Jennifer Crumleys messaged the father saying she was, quote, freaking out when she couldn't reach their son after school. The conversation continued with the mother saying, quote, I don't want him to do anything stupid. Prosecutors allege evidence shows the defendants were aware of their son's mental distress. It's also alleged that when the Crumleys parents attempted to leave the area after the shooting, the father was caught with the receipt of the murder weapon. Accusations of gross negligence were made by the prosecution for allowing their troubled son to have access to handguns. In the filing, the prosecution writes at one point their son reported having hallucinations. Those concerns reportedly were ignored by the parents. Ethan Crumleys pleaded guilty to the killings back in October. He currently sits in adult jail as his sentencing nears. As for the parents, no word on when the Michigan Supreme Court will hear their case. According to the prosecution, they are prepared to present additional information. Reporting for CBS News Detroit, I'm Terrell Bailey.
People across Wayne County are thinking of Minister Malik Shabazz and hoping that he survives. The well-known activist is at Henry Ford Hospital after suffering a massive heart attack on Monday. For decades, he's fought for the most vulnerable in Detroit. Now he's fighting for his life. Detroit Police Chief James White was among those leaders who took part in a prayer circle outside the hospital yesterday to support his wife and family during this difficult time.
People who are forgotten by others, they will partner with anybody to make sure that everybody is watched out for. That love has been felt for a long time. And Akila, you go back and tell the minister the love of the city is with him.
He doesn't tolerate people who harm our community, and I really pray that he makes it through this. I really do. It'll be a tremendous loss to our community, a tremendous loss.
According to a family friend, Shabazz is still in critical condition and is on a breathing machine. For years, people living in East Canfield Village, that neighborhood there on Detroit's east side, have complained about a foul odor coming from the nearby Stelis plant. But now the company says it has installed a new device that should get rid of that smell. Stelis says the new system destroys odor-contributing compounds at the plant. Robert Shobe is a neighbor to the plant. He says he's not buying it. The spokesperson for that neighborhood group is trying to tackle these issues, and he says that this isn't the first time that Stelis has promised to address the odor issue. They've been fighting them on this for years.
For them to allow them to work and run that facility that long, they've made 10 times or 100 times what it would take to correct this situation over there, to make it right, instead of throwing Band-Aids at it and playing PR games.
Stelis releasing a statement to the community letting them know that they are working to fix the problem. The company says it remains committed to getting this right. Let's check in with Kylie for a look at the forecast today.
Air quality is borderline hazardous. Limit your time outdoors for today, and this goes for everybody. As you can see from these purple air sensors, we're in the unhealthy to very unhealthy categories. So those ranges mean that you will need to make sure they're taking the necessary precautions, like closing your windows. You get an air purifier out, maybe using that mask, because we have really poor air quality for today. And the reason why is we have those wildfires in Canada. That smoke is just pluming into the Great Lakes state. So once again today, air quality alerts, those are set to expire at midnight tonight. We will have to see if they get reissued for tomorrow. It's still going to be hazy for tomorrow as well. And we are going to have a chance for rain showers and storms tomorrow, mainly for the evening hours and perhaps early overnight. Temperatures are going to be in the 80s for these next few days, near 80 degrees for today with hazy sunshine, 85 tomorrow, back into the upper 80s on Friday. This unsettled weather will continue all the way through the weekend. And then as we head into early next week, including July 4th on Tuesday, partly cloudy skies with temperatures in the middle 80s.
All right, thanks, Kylie. That's going to do it for today's Digital Brief. For weather, news, and sports, we're covering it all for you here on CBS News Detroit. We're streaming live on the CBS News app and Pluto TV.